Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a super easy little gnome ornament I'm going to share with you. He's made out of a star pattern. I've given you the pattern in the description below. He's super easy to make. He'd be super cute on trees, on gift packages, on gift bags, hanging in your kitchen. If you wonder how to make this little guy, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. But make sure you make plenty because everybody will want one. Thank you. Okay, for this one, I've given you a pattern. You can download it below, and you're just going to take 2 layers of fabric and you're going to cut your star out. This is a quick and easy ornament. You can make a lot of these real quick, and these would be super cute on packages as well. Just go get your pattern cut out, and then we're going to start gluing it together. Okay, and we're just going to go all the way around, leaving the very top of it open, the very pointy edge. The very pointy edge at the top that's a little bit different from the rest of the stars, that's going to be where the hat goes. And just go as close to the edge as you can get, and make sure that you make your curves rounded when you're gluing at the edges, because you want it to be rounded when you turn it right side out. So spend a little bit of time on your gluing on this, but we are going to leave the very tip top open so we can go ahead and turn it right side out and fill it with some stuffing. Okay, let that dry real well, and then we're going to turn it right side out. Take your scissors and just cut little teeny slits in here, and you don't want to get past where you glued it. Just little teeny slits in between each one of those little star points. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it right side out, and if you have pliers, it makes it a little bit easier. And you want to make sure that you get it all pulled out. Now when you start adding the stuffing, it'll pull out itself, but go ahead and get all your little points pulled out. And then I'm going to take a bone folder that I have for my paper crafting, and I'm just going to stick it inside of the star to push all the rest of those out. Just kind of make sure that you get all your curves opened up. So we're just going to take some polyfill and we're going to start stuffing it. And you want to stuff it as full as you can get it. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but that's fleece fabric that I'm using. And you want to use fleece because it does stretch and it's easier to work with. But you want to just go ahead and get it as full as you can and make sure you get it into each one of those points in that star. And you're not going to put any stuffing in the very tip top. We're just going to put it in all 4 of the little points, and we're going to leave the top part open because we're going to put some pipe cleaner in there to make it stiff for the hat. But just kind of spend some time on this, kind of stretch it out there, and then just go ahead and get it as full as you can get it. And kind of shape it up as you're going. But you can see I put quite a bit of fill in here. Okay, next we're going to take 2 pipe cleaner and we're going to fold them in half, and then we're going to fold them in half again. And go ahead and twist up the edge right there, and then fold it over. We're going to stick it right down into the top of this. And this will give it a nice point so the hat stays on real well. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue that in, and then we're going to glue the fleece all the way around it. Okay, next we're going to cut our beard, and we're going to cut it at 3 inches by 3 inches, and we're going to cut it in a V shape. So just go ahead and draw a V right there because you want this just to be in a V. We're not going to go in a round circle. And then just cutting behind the faux fur only, cut down to that V point and back up the other side. This way it'll go down right to the center of that star, and then clean the excess off, and then we're just going to glue it right to the top part of our star. Just go all the way up to the top and kind of wrap it around the top part there. Next, we're going to cut out our pattern for our hat. And we're going to cut this out of pillow ticking fabric. I got it at Hobby Lobby. You can use any kind of fabric that you want, but I'm using pillow ticking. And you're going to place it on the fold and then cut your hat out. Just make sure that you get it even. Now, if you're using a stripe, you want to make sure that your stripe is on the same line all the way down. And you can use a lot of variations in this. You could make that with a fleece hat or anything that you want to. Okay, next we're just going to go ahead and glue right down the side and glue those over top of each other. Just make sure you do get it straight. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and cuff it up, and we're going to cuff it up 1.5 inches. And then we're going to just go ahead and glue that on. Just make sure you get all the way around, you get it pretty smooth. Okay, then we're going to turn it right side out. And then we're going to give it another cuff, and we're going to go about 3/4 of an inch up on the next cuff. You could make this with so many different shapes besides a star. I mean, this is a pretty easy pattern. You could do a lot of different ones. But just go ahead and get it stuffed pretty full, but you want to make sure that you don't get it stuffed so full that you can't get it back on top of his head. And if you pull the stuffing up in the back up a little bit, you can slide his head up underneath there, or his point up underneath there. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue the back down, and then we're just going to start gluing around, but not where the nose goes. So start in the back and just glue that in, and then we're going to start going around. Just kind of spend some time gluing this part because this is going to be hanging, so you want to make sure that you do get it glued in well. And then we're going to go ahead and add a nose. Now I'm using a 5/8 inch felt bead, and I got that on Etsy, and I'll give you the link for that. And then once you get the nose glued in, you're going to start gluing all the way around in the front part. You want to make sure that you seal it in good so none of that stuffing comes out. And then glue the hat right to the top of his nose. Next, I'm just going to decorate his hat a little bit. I got these little wreaths, St. Michael, and I'm just going to put it right to the side of his hat. Then I'm going to take some baker's twine. I'm going to go ahead and run it through a long needle I have, and I'm going to run it right through the top part of his hat. And this is what's going to hold it on to where you can hang it. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and I'm going to add some beads to kind of decorate that up a little bit. You can decorate these however you want to, but this was a pretty easy way, and the beads really did add to this. And that's just an upholstery needle. I'll give you the link for that as well. It's really handy for putting beads on strings. And just go ahead and run that on down, and then just go ahead and tie a knot at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the very top bead right into that so it stays in place. All right, that was pretty quick and easy. And then go ahead and glue your hat down too. Okay, these guys turned out so super cute, and they are so easy to make. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, and be sure and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.